It's week 6 of the National Football League, and we'll be watching the Falcons' rookie quarterback. He's going to have to air it out plenty this week. It's the Falcons and the Bucs. All that and more coming up next on EA Sports.
We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Hi again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, you take a look at this Buccaneer ball club. The losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Falcons, they too were losers last week, so they're also hoping to get back in the win column.
Something's got to give in this one, right? Both.
Set to go now in week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. So out come the Bucs now for their first drive. And a look here at their signal caller, the fifth-year quarterback.
And he's got to be feeling pretty good about his individual performance from last week's game. I mean, he did throw 4 touchdown passes, so he's in sync with his receivers, and they're very confident. Did have one interception.
Yeah, the one pick.
And
they lost.
Yeah, so no matter how many touchdowns he threw, if it comes in a loss, he's not going to be satisfied.
5 yards on the game's first play, second down. If you're these receivers, you got to be ready, because when he's going to throw it quick on that RPO, he's going to throw it quick.
And this is why you spend time with your guy either in the offseason, during the week, the whole bundle. Because sometimes it's just telepathy. You both see the same thing, and he knows get the ball to him right away.
So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that'll leave him with a third and just a yard. They'll run with Etienne and trying to shake free, but Etienne cannot. The defense will stop him short. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on third. So much for picking it up on the ground on third down. Third play of the drive, and this defense showing strong early.
I wonder how much of that was scouting. I wonder how much of that was a gut feeling like, okay, let's just go ahead and sell out here and get after them, thinking they're going to run the football and stuff them early, because they've now set the tone. They've set a precedent right here. If you're going to try and run the ball against us, it could be hard going throughout this game.
So here come the Falcons now to get the football for the first time. They're led out by their quarterback, a day 3 selection in this year's draft.
I love just about everything about him. Love his game, love his makeup, love his moxie, one of my favorite words. This guy's a competitor. Gritty, tough, you name it, he's got it. But he did throw an interception in last week's game. That contributed to a loss. And despite the fact he threw 3 touchdown passes, he's going to be out there redoubling his efforts and trying to play better.
2 yards the loss, second and 12. Back to throw. Anthony. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down. Looking to throw. Anthony. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that third down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field. Defensively, make sure you know where he is, because he understands how to get open in key situations.
And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. Up the middle, Nwangu wiggles free. He'll take this up just shy of the 40. Excellent display of footwork on that run. Here's third and 3. Operating from the gun. Anthony working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Falcons first down, and he was able to get it by plenty. A gain of 8 on third and 3. The Falcons at 2-3 here to begin the new season. Charles, they were losers last time out. What do you think they need to do differently here?
Well, I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it, but the attitude has to be what's done is done. Let's move on. Put that one behind them, galvanize themselves, and go forward and get a win in this one.
Off play action. Anthony throwing middle, and it's complete. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 36. Again, he'll drop to throw. They'll set up the screen for Nwangu. And he coughed it up, but it's picked up by the Buccaneers. Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball security drill.
Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. Following the fumble recovery, Anthony. Open man is Higgins. It'll be a gain of 5, and that'll make it second down. Straight ahead, here's Nwangu. And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line.
If you're looking for glory, looking to get your name in the headlines, you do not want to play nose tackle. But how about what we just saw there? The ability to hold people up, take on extra blocks, and actually slip them.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Out there is Rodrigo Blankenship in the field goal unit. A 33-yarder from the left hash. Blankenship's kick is good. And the Falcons are out to a 3-0 advantage. So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
For the Buccaneers getting ready to go as they take the field. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out, they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Throwing on second and long. Purdy. And that one to the right side and incomplete.
And this drive was almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on first down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. Over the middle, and that's caught by Kmet. A gain of 8 there on the play. And that's going to make it fourth down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And it will be Falcon football. Atlanta prepped and readied for its next possession. Yeah, they dipped a game below 500 following the loss last week, and you get the sense that maybe this team's at a little bit of a crossroads here.
Yeah, I think that's a really good way to put it, because what's that old malaprop? If you come to a fork in the road, take it. Because this crew, they're losing ground fast. They've got to start winning some ball games. And the good teams, they're starting to separate themselves, and these guys are being left behind.
From the 38 now, here's second and 3. Back to throw. Anthony. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. First and 10. Operating from the gun. Anthony. The left side completion to Jones. And that's good for a gain of 6, and it's second down. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter one. Second and 4. steps away to his left. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down. Operating from the gun, Anthony. And that's going to be caught. T. Higgins. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. It'll go as a gain of 25 on a play that started back at the 25. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. But now he appears to be in some pain. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. They'll look to run with Nwangu. And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line. This Tampa Bay defense, they held strong on the first 2 plays. Now 3rd and goal. Toward the pylon, but it's incomplete. The Bucs defense stiffens and pushes this to 4th down. On 4th down, Anthony. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert. Turn it over. And boy, before the drive even starts, here's a timeout. Wow. So as they talk it over, we step aside. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. It's 2nd down.
He was brought down by Drew Tranquill. 2 yards on the pickup.
Etienne once more. And he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. Now 3rd down is looming. A pickup of 2 on 1st down and just 1 yard there.
A gain of a yard brings up 3rd and 7.
Throwing here, Purdy. He'll drop that underneath to Etienne. And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
10 yards. That's good for a Tampa Bay.
Out of the gun, Purdy. And there's a short throw. It's caught by Kmet. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. These are his numbers from last week's contest. And you figure that he'll probably be a big factor in this one as well.
No question about it, partner. We just saw it right there. They want to get him the ball in space and see what he can do after the catch.
And again, back to Kmet. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 2 first downs have him up to the 41 now for 1st and 10. Etienne up the middle. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down. You talk about this Falcon defense. It's a unit that has had all sorts of issues against the pass. Dead last in the NFL, number 32 in the league.
And it's really difficult to prepare for this team. This is a #1 overall passing team in the NFL, but it shouldn't be hard to get excited about playing against them. The ultimate test going against that unit.
And that's why you and I are excited to broadcast this game.
Yes, sir.
And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play.
And he gets it away. A directional kick going toward the sideline. And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Throw left side complete. That's Jones. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Quick slant to Watson. He'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards. Off the bootleg, Anthony. And he's got his man in stride, complete. His 4th catch already in this first quarter. It's a 1st down. Handoff here to Nwangu. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down. The numbers for him from a week ago. A boatload of carries, 88 yards and a touchdown.
And I'm eager to see how they deploy him in this game. Last week, a heavy workload. Do they decide to bring that down a little bit and try and keep him fresh? Or do they say, guess what? He's locked in. Keep handing him the football.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. They'll go right back to Nwangu. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. It's caught by Mike Evans. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and that will bring up second down. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter now, Falcon football, as they are looking at a 2nd and 5 situation. On the give is Nwangu, and he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line. Here comes play number 9 now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. On the run is Nwangu. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down. They'll run for it. It's Nwangu. And he's not going to get the first. I don't even think he made it back to the line of scrimmage. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. Here's Purdy. That's caught by Gabriel Davis. Now we're going to get a timeout. Appears we've got an injured Buccaneer. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. This 2nd and 4. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. On the counter, ETN. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. And this offense on 3rd down today, they've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 4. In motion left here, one of their tight ends. Purdy from the gun on 3rd down. He's got it complete to Thompson. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable 3rd down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the 1st down.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Purdy from the gun. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
And I can see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties.
Purdy will set up to throw it here. That's to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete.
Well, he left no doubt about that one, because even though he hasn't left the pocket, he's got a receiver in the area, so it's not grounding, even though there was no way that ball was going to be caught.
Purdy sets up to throw again. And that will be incomplete as well.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. They've got some stuff to build on from that last drive because they moved the football, CD, and then they tried to go for it on 4th down, didn't convert, probably left a bitter taste in their mouths.
I would say so, and I think that they go out in this series determined for that not to happen again. In fact, They don't want to get to a fourth down opportunity. They just want to make sure they get it done within the parameters that they've set for themselves. Run their offense, get it into the end zone. Yeah, I think a little bit of determination and a dash of anger.
Off the play fake, Anthony. Open man there is Darnell Washington. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll leave them with a 3rd and 2. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll run with Nwangu. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Operating from the gun, Anthony. And this is incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down. Now 3rd down and 7. Looking to throw. Anthony. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down. Well, when you time those screen passes perfectly, they can work perfectly, but that time it took a little too long to develop.
And you zeroed in on exactly what makes that play go. Timing. Because if the timing's off at all, those unblocked defenders coming at the quarterback, they'll put him on the deck.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. He'll take it at the 42. 31 yards on the punt there. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest. And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. It's Nakobe Dean with a pick. And the Falcons are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Deshaun Elliott. And it's a pick 6. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD. Well, it turns out it's not their offense who gets him on the board first, CD. It's the defense coming through right there with a pick 6.
And I know from experience throughout the week when you go against the offense, you're challenging them all the time. You're letting them know, hey, don't worry about scoring this week. We'll take care of it. We'll get a few pick 6s and score ourselves. You're just kidding? But how about what he just did right there? Laid it out for the rest of the game. We scored. Hey, offense, can you keep up with us?
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Falcons offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he's had things all his way in this first half. The numbers sensational as he'll look to add to them with another drive here. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. First play's a run with Nwangu. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Another run now for Nwangu. And not a whole lot there. Maybe a yard to the 27.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged. At times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. It didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. He's going to launch this deep for Watson. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Well, their first 2 drives only yielded 3 points. They might be thinking it's time to make something happen. Push the ball downfield and try and gain some points that way. Unfortunately, incomplete.
And just a 30-yard punt that time. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And 2 picks thrown here in this first half alone. We'll see how that affects him.
Can't wait to see where his confidence is, because the great ones, they'll throw 4 or 5 picks, and while it'll hurt their team, it won't hurt their confidence. They'll think something was just wrong with the ball or the wind or something was funny. It's never about them. That's how they stay so into the moment and into the game.
Shotgun now with Purdy. And it's complete. He gets this one to Washington. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Running out of the gun with Etienne. And able to get this to the 31. From the 31, here's a 2nd and 8. Purdy looking to throw. And his throw here is incomplete. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. So as they talk it over, we step aside. Back to throw, Purdy. He'll get this out to the flat for Etienne. And he is going to have a Bucs 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. This thrown quickly out to Cooper. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. Here's a 2nd and 8. Slot man moves right. Once more, Purdy looking to throw. This will be caught inside the 10. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Purdy. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. Straight ahead, Etienne. And he maneuvers his way down to the 3-yard line. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Brock Purdy with touchdown number 12 on the year. And they are able to add on to their advantage. An extra point by Bass, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. So out come the Falcons now. Their deficit is 11, 14-3, and needing to get something going here as they come up on 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Anthony. Over the middle, complete. That's Jones. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. Now a give running left is Nwangu. And they'll stop him after a gain of a couple to the 33. This offense so far on 3rd down, not quite 50%, 4 for 9. Here it's 3rd and 3. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. So here are the Bucs to take over on offense. They fell in their ball game last week. That was a loss to the Saints, but they're on top here as they begin this drive. They'll try and set up the screen to Etienne. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Purdy now to throw. Got an open man. It's Washington. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. They go play action here. Purdy. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete. So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. A handoff for Etienne. And not going to be able to push this forward. He runs into a wall right at the line of scrimmage. And he put enough leg into it, but it's well off to the right and no good. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Now a short pass pulled in by Washington. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it's 2nd down. Back to throw. Anthony. And he'll get it right back to Washington. And this is going to lead to another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 19. 60 catches for him now on the year. This last one, a 1st down. We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Back to throw again. Out route, he finds his man. It's Jones. Here's a 2nd and 5. Again, he'll drop to throw. And that's dropped underneath to Nwangu. And the Falcons are going to have a 1st and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. They'll check that down to Nwangu out of the backfield. And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. They'll look to throw again. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Washington. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. Blankenship's kick is good. And a 2nd field goal here cuts their deficit to 14-6 now. So another good job defensively because they've allowed 3 trips into the red zone, but only the 2 field goals.
Yeah, that's the bend but don't break, isn't it? And they really didn't get broken at all because if you're running off the field having allowed 2 field goals and 3 trips in the red zone, you've actually come out ahead.
Yeah, flip it over to the other side. The offense, they'll hope to cash in for 6 next trip. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. Final play of the half. Purdy got his man complete over the middle. That's Franklin. So we have reached halftime here in what's an 8-point game. As we send you a stone's throw away across I-4 to Orlando. There standing by is Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you two in a bit. For now, plenty of early game action around the NFL to get you caught up on, so let's get to it. We'll begin up at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, and the Panthers are out in front as they play the 2nd quarter. Marquise Brown, a touchdown reception. From there, we head up to MetLife Stadium to check on the Jets, and you can see currently they trail in that ball game. Terrace Marshall, a touchdown reception. Finally, let's get down to Houston. Check on the Texans at home at NRG Stadium. And for the moment, they trail the visiting Browns in that one. J.J. McCarthy with a couple of touchdown passes there. We were certainly treated to an entertaining first half. Both these teams with some high points and maybe a couple of low points as well. So it's going to be a question of who can be the most disciplined team going forward.
Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Atlanta regains possession of the football. And they have had problems getting the running game in gear as we look through some of their attempts from earlier. They have just not been able to match the physicality that this defense has shown, and their lack of success on the ground is a direct reflection of that. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive.
This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. Now a 2nd and 6. On the toss, here's Nwangu. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Anthony. He completes it to Evans. And he's going to come up a few yards short of the first. They get him to the ground at the 37. In motion goes the tight end. On 4th down, Anthony. That is caught, and he's going to get this inside the 30. And they've been burned twice already on 4th down, but the 3rd time's the charm as they keep the drive moving. On 1st down, they'll run with Nwangu. Fights off the tackle at the 20, and inside the 20 before he's brought down. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Off play action, Anthony. That's taken in by Watson. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. 2nd and 5.
Drops this off with Nwangu.
And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Off the bootleg, Anthony. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. Mike Evans with career touchdown number 109. That ties him with Barry Sanders on the all-time NFL list.
And the Falcons are back within a couple of the lead.
Throws right side. And he's got it. So they went ahead and went for 2 to tie the game, and it works out.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started.
Their halftime lead now evaporated. We're back to level following that touchdown a moment ago.
And that shouldn't change the mindset a whole lot from an offensive perspective because they already knew this was going to be a hard-fought game. Now they just need to go out, execute their game plan, and keep moving.
In motion right is Davis. Out of the gun, Purdy. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. Here's Purdy. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Partner, for once in my life, I'll be succinct. In a one-possession game, every single stop like that could be a difference maker.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. 43 yards on the punt, 7-yard return, and the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10.
The Falcons offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And it's been a struggle for him all afternoon. This defense has really done a nice job of making him earn everything he gets. and it's prevented him from getting into any kind of rhythm here today. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Nwangu going to get it on the counter. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Back to throw. Anthony. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. Give him 6 on the screen, but now it's 3rd down.
Partner, I like the play call coming right after a tackle for a loss because this is an obvious passing situation, but instead they fooled them a little bit with the screen, and they wound up getting back what they lost and then a little bit more.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He had him there open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete. The Falcons send out their punter. They'll boot it away from about his 35. Oh, it's a wobbler here. And that one will skip out of bounds as the linesman will mark this thing right at the 15-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. 3rd and 8. Now Purdy. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. The visitors' offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And he had it going in the first half, that's for sure. He's really had his way with his secondary. They've been powerless to stop him, and he'll look to keep it rolling right here. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. The last series for them, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. 1st and 10. They'll send the big tight end in motion right. Off the play fake, Anthony. And that's to the left sideline and incomplete. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Off play action, Anthony. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And this is caught by Evans. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down. Looking to throw. Anthony. The throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. He'll find Nwangu underneath. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
A bad time for a roughing penalty, and they get the gift of a 1st and 10. Up the middle, Nwangu. He takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Washington. And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. Operating from the gun. Anthony working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And the Falcons are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Operating from the gun. Anthony. This is caught.
And he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down.
2nd and goal from the 1. Back to throw. Anthony. Touchdown.
Darnell Washington
From a yard out.
And the Falcons have scored again in this 3rd quarter, this time to move out in front. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good.
And the lead is now 21-14.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. They'll start on the ground. ETN.
He'll be hit down at the 33. 5 yards on the play. Inside 4 minutes to go. 3rd quarter.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
Purdy looking to throw. They'll drop this one off with ETN.
So they'll get nothing out of that play. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
No gain on the play. Brings up 3rd down and 5.
Purdy. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have the Buccaneers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's 2nd and 6. A shotgun snap and a give to ETN.
And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40.
Purdy now to throw. And there's a short throw. It's caught by Kmet.
And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped.
Purdy off the play fake.
And this is going to be intercepted.
And the Falcons are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. And they'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive.
Throwing to start the drive. Anthony. Blitz coming, and down he goes. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Looking to throw. Anthony.
He'll get this to Nwangu.
And down he'll go at the 25. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
From the gun on 3rd down. Anthony.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 41. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down. Back to throw again.
Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Back to throw. Anthony. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. The Falcons send out their punter as he's on for the 5th time here today. And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. We have played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA. Back now in Tampa. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do.
Throwing here, Purdy. He'll air this one out deep for Davis. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10.
They'll bring a tight end in motion left.
Purdy will set up to throw it here.
Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Over the middle, and that's caught by Kmet.
And he can only manage to take this thing to the 38, well shy of the first down. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. It'll be a net of 40 yards there following a 43-yard punt, 3-yard return.
And it will be Falcon football.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line.
Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
So from the 26-yard line, here's 2nd and 5. Straight ahead, here's Nwangu.
Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28.
The heavy set out there. 3 tight ends in the formation for 3rd and 3.
Operating from the gun. Anthony airing this one out for Evans. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. The Falcons send out their punter as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. So possession goes over here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. Back to throw, Purdy.
And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
He's got it complete to Thompson. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
But that last throw, Charles, puts him over 15,000 yards passing now for his career.
And, Brandon, they're not going to stop the game and give him the game ball here, but that's still a pretty impressive number, and he's got plenty of more good football ahead of him. Although I would say the team should give him a game ball after it's all over.
10 yards there and a Buccaneer 1st down.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
Again, he'll drop to throw.
That's complete right side to Kmet.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice, easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Looking to throw again on 2nd down.
Purdy.
That's brought in by Davis over the middle.
And the Buccaneers are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle made at the 10-yard line.
A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal.
And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. This will be caught at about the 6. 5 yards that time on the completion, and now it's 3rd and goal.
5 yards brings up 3rd and goal.
They'll look to throw again. Flushed out right. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Brock Purdy with his 13th touchdown of the year and 2nd of the game. And the Bucs are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. We are set up for a fantastic finish now. A 4th quarter touchdown here. We're an extra point away from a tie football game.
And I know they're thinking about possibly going for 2, but I'd go ahead and kick this one and just get it back to level.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the 4th as the kick's away. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. The Falcons ready to take over. They no longer have the lead after that last touchdown, all tied up in the 4th quarter, and a chance for this offense to mount a potential game-winning drive right here. They'll start on the ground here with Nwangu, and he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Nice chunky yards on 1st down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on 2nd. You go right back to him and hope he explodes, or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
And he goes out right around the 39. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming. Handoff here to Nwangu. And he's got the 1st down as he's up to the 45-yard line. And now we'll get a stoppage here. There appears to be an injured Falcon on the field. Well, hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Evans has it left side. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. So the completion results there in 9 yards, and it'll bring up a 2nd and short. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. A field goal from this spot likely out of the question. They've got to get closer here on 3rd down. Nwangu. And, boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. The Falcons send out their punter as he'll come on to kick this one away. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. And that will skip out of bounds right at about the 18-yard line.
At their own 18-yard line. Let's go.
Purdy from the gun. There's a short throw. It's caught by Kmet.
Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5. At the 23.
In motion right is Davis. Here's Purdy.
This one caught by Davis. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him the 1st down.
Now Purdy. Right back to Davis. It's complete.
Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
2 yards to go, 2nd down.
At the 39-yard line.
They'll bring the tight end in motion right here.
Again, it's Purdy to throw it.
And a big loss here as he's taken down.
How to approach this. 3rd down and 16 yards to go.
Looking to throw. Purdy. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now as he's on to kick it away. Fair catch called for and made at about the 32-yard line.
The visitors' offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive.
Excellent job by their defense to force the punt and provide them with this opportunity, all tied in the fourth quarter. On the give is Nwangu.
Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. From the gun on third down, Anthony. And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack. The Falcons send out their punter as he's on here to punt it away. It's just a 32-yard punt with no return. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field.
Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. And there's a short throw. It's caught by Kmet.
And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it'll be second down. Back to throw. Purdy.
Slant complete to Etienne. Now inside the 25. Travis Etienne.
And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown.
Travis Etienne.
62 yards.
And the Buccaneers strike quickly to take the lead here in the fourth. An extra point by Bass, up and good.
And they will take a 7-point lead.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
They'll start on the ground with Gore. Pushing through the contact. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Now it's Nwangu. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
Back to throw now on first down. Complete to Jones. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. They'll look to throw here on first down.
Drops this off with Nwangu.
So he stopped for no gain, and that'll bring up second down. Looking to throw. Anthony. He hits his target. Left side, Watson. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20.
All 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning. Here's 1st and 10.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw.
And complete once again to Watson.
He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. Here's 2nd and a yard. Here's Nwangu.
And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11.
Here's first down.
He'll look to throw. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
They'll run with Nwangu.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line.
A big play here. Crowd on their feet. 3rd and 4.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with the football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. Falcons going to use their third and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And they will take a knee here.